Bitcoin's Internet Computer Protocol is going to be the first crypto ever to flip Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you're about to see where the future of crypto is going right here. I'm going to show you an article in CoinDesk that people can clearly see this coming, but they just haven't heard of Internet Computer yet. And once they do, oh my gosh, I'm going to show you on-chain applications that are running on Internet Computer that you cannot build on any other blockchain that will give you very clear proof of what is happening on Internet Computer. I'm going to show you the dashboard on Internet Computer, which proves that Internet Computer is doing the most computation already out of any blockchain. There's nothing doing close to this amount of computation. I'm going to show you that Internet Computer has the largest research and development team in blockchain, and that is going to carry it to the #1 position. That other people are figuring this out. In the last few months, we've went from 28,000 holders with over 100 ICP to over 37,000. People are figuring this out quickly. I'm going to show you that Internet Computer Protocol has not only the top active DAO in terms of proposals, but it has the second and the 6th highest, most active DAOs out of everything in crypto. I'm going to show you that DeFi on Internet Computer is just about to explode, and nothing has the technology for DeFi this good. I'm going to show you a project called Gold DAO. Gold DAO is building a gold-backed stablecoin with some of the largest partners you could hope for in the world, such as Metalore, which is one of the major suppliers in the world of precious metals. They've used the Origin protocol, and I'm going to explain why this is such a big deal that they've built this on Internet Computer Protocol. I'll look into the ecosystem on Internet Computer Protocol and show you how there are coins that have just recently launched on Internet Computer that have accumulated hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap despite none of the traditional marketing, none of the top crypto people above me covering them. This is remarkable. Internet Computer is acquiring users faster and cheaper than anything else organically in terms of how much has been spent to get them on there. And if you want clear proof of how amazing this technology is, my website at jerrybanfield.com is hosted directly on Internet Computer Protocol. My website is front end and back end are in smart contracts on 13 different node machines spread all over the world. My website not only is cheaper and faster on Internet Computer Protocol than any other web host, it is more secure and very difficult for any one party to try and take it down. And that is the future, my friends. So let me start with this quote that was in this CoinDesk article, because this will really take you into the mindset of how people are thinking. And then I'll explain more about what exactly is Internet Computer in terms of the technology. So here's a quote in a recent article, which I gave somebody a half ICP for sharing this article with me. This is an article in CoinDesk about the Ethereum conference in Denver. And if you scroll down, the most amazing thing was what they said at the end of the article. It says, if there was some Ethereum killer that showed up and had better tech and the ability to build a stronger, more vibrant, durable community than Ethereum, then it should win. Now, if we were playing Jeopardy, this would be, this would be your thing. Now, name what that is talking about. This person pretty obviously does not understand that Internet Computer exists, because they would just say Internet Computer if that's what they knew existed. But a lot of people in crypto understand that this is what should happen next. That something with better technology and the ability to build a stronger, more vibrant, durable community than Ethereum, many of you realize this is going to win, and you're looking all over the place and trying to find this before everybody else does. Now, I did a video recently. I've spent 10,000 hours in crypto. I've found this before most people have found it. And I found it organically, which means for free, because the community, regular people using Internet Computer, reached out to me directly saying, hey, you need to research this. This is the Ethereum killer. This is the only real Ethereum killer. Now, let's look at the technology. And very quickly, for some of you that have been in crypto a while, Let this sink in. Internet Computer has built the very first Bitcoin and Ethereum layer 2 on the exact same infrastructure. Do you realize how big of a deal that is? This is something that is being seriously underreported, but people are building on it. Why? I was watching Kyle's presentation with Definity at Ethereum Denver, and he was making the analogy that so far Bitcoin and Ethereum have been like, there was two people in Friends. I don't watch Friends. I'm sure my wife could do this part if she was willing to get on my videos, but she's not. Anyway, Kyle is making the analogy that Bitcoin and Ethereum are like these two people on Friends. They just kind of lived in different worlds. You kept wondering if they'd get together or not. And spoiler alert, they did end up getting together. And Bitcoin and Ethereum have been very much like that, where Bitcoin's got its own chain and doing its own thing. Ethereum's got its own chain and it's doing its own thing. And the communities often have been pretty separate. And nothing before Internet Computer has ever brought them together like this before, where you can deposit your Bitcoin on Internet Computer Protocol, and it's held non-custodially through sharded chain key in crypto, chain key cryptography, where there's essentially a sharded Bitcoin private key that's held among a bunch of different nodes, and they don't put their pieces together except to sign a Bitcoin transaction. So you can send your Bitcoin straight to ICP, then you can get chain key Bitcoin, and you could swap it with chain key Ethereum or ICP or any of the other coins, and then do whatever you wanted with it, even pull it off ICP in the form of Ethereum. And that is massive. And we're seeing exchanges right now like Helix come up that are building this. And what have they got? Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Internet Computer to start. And this is built on Internet Computer Protocol. Internet Computer Protocol is a new way to build the entire internet. And to me, it looks like the future of the internet is going to be built on this technology. One of the biggest questions to me about adoption is, why would an enterprise or an institution build on your blockchain when your blockchain does so little? What most people in crypto don't understand is how their blockchain actually works. That if you want to build a game, or if you want to build a website or a social media application, the way it's built on everything besides Internet Computer is you have a tiny little bit of stuff built on chain like tokens and NFT addresses, and then everything else is built off chain, generally on centralized infrastructure like Amazon Web Services, where the NFT, the pictures are not on the blockchain, the website's not on the blockchain, the game or the app is not on the blockchain, and that means the value's not on the blockchain. And if the value's not on the blockchain, there's security risk to building it that way, which we've seen all these bridges before get hacked and exploited for huge amounts of money. And this is why institutions that are way ahead of the curve, they are building on Internet Computer. And if you want clear proof of that, not just me firing from the hip and saying stuff with a price chart in the background like most crypto YouTubers, but look at this website. It's called origin.com. Origin is one of the biggest projects on Internet Computer, has over $100 million market cap today, even though it is basically not in any of the regular crypto marketing with, on any of the channel bigger than mine at this point. And this is a big deal. There's big money behind this. It's a Swiss foundation founded in 2020 it's a protocol for safeguarding and tracking physical and digital assets. Now, why? And I'm going to show you their partners in a minute. But what you really need to take out of this, the only place that's really attractive for institutions to build on is Internet Computer. And look at why Origin said to build on it. Origin has chosen to build on the Internet Computer blockchain because the infrastructure and its advanced, unmatched technology. Do you remember what this article said a minute ago? If there was some Ethereum killer that showed up and had better tech, part one, we're going to look at the community in part two, but better tech. Now, these are people, Origin, if you don't know about them, they've spent years and years and years trying to build real world assets on chain and they've patiently waited until they knew Internet Computer and Dfinity were building a long time ago. They've patiently waited until this was ready, and they've built on it. They've built on Internet Computer because of its advanced, unmatched technology. There's nothing else like Internet Computer. There's no competition out there. And this is why many of the top voices in crypto are silent about it. It's the hot sister in crypto. As soon as you find out about Internet Computer and really understand how advanced it is, and that it's the real Ethereum scaler, Bitcoin scaler, and then that's how it goes to number one. It's the best scaling solution in the world for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. It solves a real world problem of cybersecurity. It's the best protocol for real world assets. Look at what they said. Speed, scalability, and cost-effective data storage stand out as key advantages over other market solutions. And one of the things that is a huge reason to build on Internet Computer for institutions is because of the security. The existing way things are built in crypto is very insecure. Because if you've got your crypto game built on Amazon Web Services and then connected to the blockchain, not only are you vulnerable to having problems on the blockchain, for example, if somebody gets into your developer contract or if the blockchain itself has an issue, but anyone who gets into your web hosting infrastructure could scrape everybody's wallets that's interacting with your game if they are able to get in and exploit it. And we've seen this happen over and over again, where parts of centralized infrastructure on stuff hosted off chain has got hacked and users have got their wallets drained or had other issues like not being able to use the app. The pictures of their NFTs they bought have been changed into stuff that was offensive. And the people like Elon Musk see that technology and they think that doesn't impress me. This impresses people. And who does it impress? Look at Metalore. Metalore is a partner of Gold DAO. And what is Gold DAO? Gold DAO is building a gold-backed stablecoin. They have gold NFTs from gold that's held in Swiss vaults where you can buy these NFTs on ICP. And because it's all on chain, you can then have your NFT with everything else, the PDFs, the pictures to prove it's real. All of it's on chain. You can't build this without ICP because you couldn't have everything on chain. And if it's not on chain, you're at risk of having your NFTs be compromised by a hacker, of not being able to prove their authenticity, to prove they haven't been tampered with. And it's more expensive to host this without Internet Computer because you have to employ a security team to constantly make sure these things aren't getting hacked and exploited, the off-chain things. So this is a huge deal, and this is just one. This is a very forward-thinking project. Now, there's many other institutions that are not looking this far into the future, but right now, they're finding Internet Computer. They're figuring out what they can build on it. They've got non-disclosure agreements signed with Dfinity, and these things are going to release into the future. And I know about it before most people do. So that's what's really exciting. Now let's look at the second part of what this said, because yes, better technology is one thing, but the ability to build a stronger, more vibrant, durable community than Ethereum. So I watched a video by Cityscape. Cityscape he does some great videos on ICP, and I directly drew my inspiration from, so he made a video saying how ICP will overtake Bitcoin. So hence my title, and I've added Ethereum to that. And he's an actual developer, which puts him in a great position to appraise the technology, whereas most people in crypto cannot accurately appraise the technology. So he's in a great position to appraise the technology. And he explained that what he sees is critically important for overtaking these Bitcoin and Ethereum is especially this community aspect. And what he sees is that the regular person is not going to be as understanding of things when I say, like, institutions like Metalore and Origin, Gold DAO are building things on Internet Computer that you can't build anywhere else in huge markets. where this is clear proof institutions are building on internet computer. What he was focusing, that's not something the average person really takes in. But what the average person can take in is that, hey, there's this app you can post on, a social media app you can post on, and it pays you. That's something that people can easily understand and get behind. On Internet Computer Protocol, we have at least two that I'm going to show you here, but there's others. There's an application called Tagger, which this is on jerrybanfield.com. You can scroll down. I have a link to my Tagger on here. I don't actually post on Tagger that much because I'm so consumed with doing videos that even though I've made thousands of dollars posting on Tagger and I've made not that many posts, you all give me so much both work and rewards for doing videos that I'll let you go for those rewards on Tagger. I'll take all my YouTube income, all the one-on-one calls. That's plenty for me, and just post occasionally here. This application, Tagger, is a fully on-chain. It is a fully on-chain social media platform that they've built completely on Internet Computer that is set up and fully run by a DAO. And this is amazing. This is a technological breakthrough because in order to have real Web3 social media, it all has to be built on chain. As we've seen with things in the past like Steemit, where Steemit was once in the top 10 as a quote Web3 social media platform, but when the founder of Steemit Inc., Ned, sold Steemit Inc. to Justin Sun, we found out exactly how decentralized it wasn't. Because when he sold the access to the Amazon Web Services account, where the bulk of all the meaningful content, like the pictures, all the links to the web pages, where the blockchain actually was turned into a real user interface that people could interact with, it didn't matter that user profiles and text were on chain. When Ned sold what was actually bringing the user interface that people were visiting, it didn't matter that the half of the things that were relevant were on chain. And the community split and it fell apart. And now there's this fork of it called Hive that it runs the exact same way. It has all the exact same problems. It's very clear that Web3 social media that's not fully on chain is always centralized. And therefore holding the tokens doesn't have real value. That's why Tagger is different. And I love the transparency on Tagger. You can look. There are 2,000 active users within the last week on Tagger. That has doubled. That has doubled since I've started covering it repeatedly and Blockchain Pill has started covering it repeatedly. And as the users on Tagger are consistently bringing more people in. Now, what's even more impressive is Tagger has a business system that actually shares profits with the token holders directly in ICP. The treasury has almost 1,000 ICP in it right now and is only used, it automatically distributes the profits, a percentage of the profits to Tagger holders. So if you look at my wallet, I'm just getting ICP given to me every week based off of other people using the application. This technology is incredible. And this is the kind of social media platform that this is something that can get us viral growth on Internet Computer. This is something that is profitable now. Now, the revenue model with this is pay to post, which to me, I think that's the future of Web3 social media, because if you don't have a business system where people have some kind of investment, there's always just this spam, and it gives you, if you have to pay to post, then, and it's like tiny, fractions of a cent to post depending on which community you reach out to, but you can get you can easily earn yourself to the point where you can post for free if you post quality content and then even make a profit on it. And some people like Blockchain Pill I've made thousands on this already without posting or putting much effort into it. Blockchain Pill's made much more than I have with putting in some more work. And there's opportunity for people all over the world to just hop on here and post great content. And that's not what's most special though. This is growing organically. Many of these, quote, Web3 social media apps and blockchains are growing inorganically. They're taking huge amounts of money by, doing these manipulative token launches, and then giving tokens out and selling the tokens and paying people that have an audience to promote the network. And then from there, you are getting some organic growth. But as soon as the money stops getting handed out, people are not showing up anymore. And once the money stops getting handed out, then everything stops and falls apart. This is growing organically just because it's so special, because people are talking about it, because people are pouring their energy into this, because it has a real business system with real profit sharing, with a real DAO, and this is only possible on internet computer. You absolutely cannot build this without internet computer. That's why I'm all in on internet computer. That's why internet computer is going to flip Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it has the absolute best tech we've ever seen by far. There's no comparison, because we need everything to be built on chain for real Web3. And if Tagger, there are applications like Tagger that are valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars, and that they have the same amount of active users that Tagger does, and they're valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I said that Tagger was my number after ICP. I have 90+% of my portfolio on ICP. This is my next biggest holding, because this is real Web3. Now, is it perfect? There are issues with Tagger. You can see the wallets and see exactly how much people are holding in Tagger. But the fact is, this is something you've never seen anywhere else before. And here's another application. And this is why internet computer is so exciting, because it doesn't matter which application it is. The fact is, internet computer has multiple applications that are built on chain that have organic growth. This is my open chat, which this is linked on jerrybanfield.com. If you click on open chat, which has referral bonuses, like if you join through my open chat link and you become a lifetime diamond member, I get 0.3 ICP for that. So this has a referral program. This is a fully on-chain Discord or Telegram kind of community building. But what does it do that Discord and Telegram don't do? What you can do on open chat is you can very easily send people ICP. So I said earlier that this article from ETH Denver, I don't go around consuming a whole bunch of content myself. I have a nice bag of ICP, and I pay people. I give people little tips to find information for me that will make a good video. If you look at, I just sent a half ICP, which to me is like the most I can send without feeling totally cheap. I sent a half ICP to Cataroo Chat, and what did Cataroo Chat do? Shared an article that I thought was extremely useful. Not only that, but Cataroo Chat explained why the article was worthwhile. So that saved me the time of having to find it. So I drop an ICP. If you look up here, I've dropped big amounts of ICP in the past. Here's, for example, I sent 2 ICP to Prince Javon for sending me helpful info, 6 ICP to each of my moderators for helping out. I've sent, given away, tipped people hundreds and hundreds of ICP on this application. This application, unlike something like Discord and Telegram, you can swap tokens directly in the application. For example, let's say I want to FOMO into Bitcoin right now, which I absolutely would not want to do, but just let's say I did. I have 29 ICP sitting in my wallet. I can get a quote, and this will give me 0.006, which is like half of 0.01 or so Bitcoin for the ICP I've got sitting in my account right now. If I click on swap, it'll take a few seconds and the chain key Bitcoin will be sitting there. And then that would swap me about $400 worth of Bitcoin. Now you got to watch it. There can be some slippage. There can be some slippage on these sometimes, depending on how you swap them. So always compare. Like I have a feeling that's probably less chain key Bitcoin than if I put 29 ICP on Coinbase and swap it for Bitcoin on there. But then I've got chain key Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin pumps even more, then I could swap back to ICP and potentially make a profit, all without leaving the ICP ecosystem. Now, this technology is this. I have made OpenChat the primary place I'm building my community. Why? Because this to me is the future. People have done hundreds of giveaways in my OpenChat to the community. You can just click a couple of buttons and give away crypto for meme coins and things like that in the future. This is so far beyond what you can do anywhere else. And the more crypto creators like me discover that building your community on OpenChat is so much better than building it on Discord or Telegram, I know because I have all of them. This has been the fastest growing. This has the best functionality. This is on chain. And because ICP has a reverse gas fee model, when I'm using Internet Computer Protocol, I'm contributing to the cycle. When I'm using any Tagger or OpenChat, every single thing I do is a transaction, but I don't have to sign a wallet transaction. I just sign in with my internet identity and then do everything. Every single one of those is creating a transaction directly on Internet Computer Protocol. These transactions, 4,000 some transactions a second on Internet Computer Protocol are the equivalent to 272,000 transactions a second on Ethereum. So if you look at just the sheer amount of computation Internet Computer's doing, there's nothing else that's even close to this right now in computation. There's nothing else that can scale like this. There's no competitor that's even close. Now we're going to go in. There's even more reasons in here that this is going to flip. And it's just a matter of time as long as it keeps working. And if you ask, well, how can this technology be so good? Well, the team behind Internet Computer Protocol is called Definity. They are the largest research and development team in blockchain. Largest research and development team in blockchain. They have an insane level of talent. Dominic Williams, the founder. Dominic is like the Steve Jobs of crypto. He was in the early Ethereum community. He built a massively multiplayer online game before that. When I was deciding whether I really wanted to take Internet Computer seriously, when most mainstream crypto influencers were quickly dismissing it, I watched hours and hours and hours of Dominic Williams talking on YouTube. Now, many crypto projects are so sketchy you can't even find videos of the founder talking about the project. Dominic Williams, when I listened to Dominic Williams talk, I could see like this guy, he sees the future. To me, this is the smartest person in crypto. Like he understands the technology, the marketing. He's been a pioneer in getting the technology built, and he has assembled the team, an absolute dream team. This is like if you put the 90s Chicago's Bulls and the 2000s Lakers and make sure you got Shaq in there somewhere. This is like putting several of the best basketball teams all together, like the USA Olympic team from multiple eras. You've got people who were, Jan was a principal research staff member for 19 years at IBM in cryptography. Jan has over 120 widely cited papers in the areas of privacy and cryptography. These are, if you want to look at teams in the world working on blockchain, people all working together towards the same end goal, this is the absolute best team. This is the number one team. If you want to bet on a team, if you're into football, this is the New England Patriots before Tom Brady went to Tampa and won us the Super Bowl there. This is the Cowboys in the 90s. Like, this is the dream team of crypto talent. And Dominic said one thing in his video that stuck out to me and said, if you want to figure out the quality of a project you're researching, look at how many engineers and developers they actually have on their team. And you'll notice very few projects have any meaningful amount of engineers and real technical talent on their team. Look at the amount of technical talent they have on this team. This is why and this is at definity.org. This is why Internet Computer Protocol is in a position to flip Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'll give you an example of this technology in action. So one of the reasons, we'll go back to this article as well to point this out. One of the things Internet Computer has done is continue to advance its technology. As Ethereum continues to shift into directional layer 2s and cross-chain interoperability, it risks ceding its dominance as a general-purpose platform for general-purpose compute. And that's exactly what's happening. Internet Computer has built the best general-purpose platform for compute in the world. There's nothing even a fraction that does what Internet Computer can do. And here's an example of one single aspect of technology: the network nervous system. The network nervous system in Internet Computer Protocol is, if you look at DeFi Llama, go to defilama.com/governance. This will show you a wide variety of DAOs in crypto. DAOs are decentralized autonomous organizations. If you want to learn more about those and Internet Computer's DAO, search Jerry Banfield DAO. The network nervous system, which is the DAO that runs Internet Computer Protocol, and you lock your tokens up in exchange for over 15% APR, as I'll show you in a minute. The network nervous system, there's nothing else in crypto that has had the sheer quantity of proposals that Internet Computer's network nervous system has. Nothing even has 10%. There's literally not one other DAO in crypto that even has 10% of the number of proposals. But here's what's even crazier. The network nervous system is the most advanced, most active DAO in all of crypto. And how do you vote? By holding Internet Computer Protocol and locking it up. The next biggest in terms of number of proposals, the next highest numbers of proposals this is sorted proposals in the last 30 days. So there are some others, like PancakeSwap has had a bunch of proposals in terms of quantity, but in the last 30 days, they've hardly had anything. So if we look in the last 30 days, there were 218 proposals on the network nervous system. And then the second place one was OpenChat. OpenChat is the application I just showed you that's on Internet Computer Protocol. This is the most advanced system to build your own DAO that exists, because the network nervous system, you can basically use kind of a copy or a simpler version of the network nervous system and launch your own token with its own fully automated, built for you DAO on Internet Computer Protocol. And that right now is the second most active after Internet Computer Protocol. And if you look at sheer quantity of all-time proposals, OpenChat is the 5th most proposals out of anything, and it is on Internet Computer Protocol. So if you want to see all of these, you can go to the network nervous system and look at Launchpad. The Launchpad this is the best Launchpad in all of crypto, something anyone in the world can easily access. You've seen projects like Gold DAO and OpenChat have launched on there. Dragons is a crypto game MMO that's being built fully on chain by the developers of Neopets, which sold their game for $100+ million in the 1990s. And there's Hot or Not, which is a TikTok, kind of like a TikTok that is on Internet Computer, although the videos do not appear to be on chain. Most of the rest of the app does appear to be on chain. This, for everybody who says there's not things happening on Internet Computer ecosystem, if you shut your eyes and say nothing's happening, well, because you shut your eyes, you don't see anything. Look at the ecosystem. This is community. This is growing organically. These projects have not got huge amounts of money to build on Internet Computer. The Definity does have community grants, but these tend to be way smaller than what others give out, because Definity wants people to build on ICP because the technology is the best. They don't want to just pay people to build apps. that then as soon as the money runs out, they go somewhere else, which is what you're seeing in most other chains. Now I'll go over a couple other things and we'll wrap up here because this is already getting windy. DeFi on internet computers prepared to explode like nothing I've ever seen before. And I'm remembering one of the reasons Ethereum has grown so much is because you could do things with Ethereum DeFi that you could not do anywhere else. On internet computer, you are able to do things on internet computer with DeFi you can't do anywhere else. And this is going to lead to an explosion in the ecosystem. We're already seeing there's a marketplace called idgeek.app, which is hosted directly on chain. With internet computer, in order to vote on proposals, as we saw for the DAO, you have to lock up your ICP in a neuron. I will show you my exact portfolio here. I have over 3,000 ICP locked up indefinitely on the network nervous system. And this gives me, I'm getting about 16% right now APR on this. So if you look, this is anyone you watch that's into crypto, you should demand that they show you or refuse to watch them if they will not show you exactly what they're actually holding. Because I can make videos talking about any kinds of tokens and how they're going to 100x, but what do I actually believe is going to, what do I believe so well in myself that I'm actually holding it? This is over 90% of my crypto portfolio, and the rest of it is on Tagger, and I have some open chat and a couple other small positions in ICP coins. But for the most part, I'm just accumulating voting power on the network nervous system. And if you copy my neuron ID and you search my neuron ID in internet computer, you can see exactly what I'm getting. I'm getting 16% APR on this right now, and I'm compounding it until I want to sell the rewards. Right now, the daily rewards, I get 1.53 maturity, which is approximately equal to 1.53 ICP a day. And it doesn't matter what the price is. Think about this for a minute. It doesn't matter what the price is. I get that much ICP a day, every day. Now, there's a new calculator you can use if you want to stake your ICP and get an idea of how much this is going to work, how this is going to work for you. You can use this network nervous system calculator to put in individual data here. For example, I can put in that I've got my 3,000 ICP here with my maturity, and then I can have my dissolve delay on here at maximum, and then it will simulate all the rewards I'm getting. So if I click start, these are the rewards I'm getting that are just pouring in ICP, and you can see the rewards over time. This is linked in my open chat. So right now, it's estimated a year from now, I'll still be getting 15%. Look at this. In a little over a year, in a couple of years, I'm going to have gotten almost 1,000 ICP in maturity without having to touch my principal. And that is some of the best earning you can possibly do in crypto, where you just get your rewards, and no matter what the ICP price does, I don't have to touch my principal, but I'm getting paid based on the value of the principal, which is just amazing. You can look into the distance here at the current estimate. I'll still be getting 14% rewards, which will be like 1.5 or so ICP a day years from now. So this is the best passive income I see anywhere. And ICP's tokenomics are an absolute dream come true. Why? Because you combine this interest rate when right now 47% of the total supply is staked, and we've went through 80 millions of tokens being powered down from early seed investors already, which right now we're generally having more ICP that gets locked up on average every month than actually is getting unlocked. So this and the actual inflation for ICP, if you go calculate it, is only on average over the last year, it's been about 3.5%, 4%. So given the technology, and that if you want to, when I pay my web hosting bill, I have to burn ICP to pay my web hosting bill. This uses a reverse gas fee model where if you're using an application like OpenChat, you can use it totally for free. You don't have to pay anything to use it. The developer is burning ICP to pay for you to use the app. Now on Tagger, they made it pay to post, but it's very cheap to post. And they have 24 gigabytes directly on chain. And anyone else can create their own version of Tagger on the same infrastructure, which makes this so special. So in order to get the highest APR, you lock your ICP up. But now you've got ID Geek, where you can get a loan against your ICP, or you can even sell your entire account. So if you want to buy ICP for a discount, for example, someone here's selling an account with 105 ICP in it, and somebody's offered them 90 ICP. This way you can lock it up and take that reward, and then anytime you want to exit, you can just sell your entire account. This gives some amazing DeFi properties for things like loans, and when you combine that with having chain key Bitcoin and chain key Ethereum on the exact same infrastructure, exchanges where you can trade all of this stuff directly on the protocol, I've never seen anything this good before. I've been in crypto a long, long time. As I described in my video recently talking about what I've learned in 10,000 hours in crypto, I've never seen anything that has excited me this much. And I've poured hundreds and hundreds of hours into researching and using internet computer. I've researched thousands of other cryptos. I've put up over 200 videos alone in the last year or so reviewing other altcoins. This is the best of the best of the best in crypto. And you can see what I'm doing with my own money based on what I know. So I hope this has been helpful for you. If you'd like more Jerry Banfield, I'm a full-time YouTuber, full-time Twitch streamer. I recorded this live on Twitch a day before putting this out on YouTube. So if you use Twitch, it's a place where you can watch me live stream and record this and ask questions. It's the best experience. So if you haven't tried Twitch yet, follow my Twitch, create an account. I think you'll have a lot of fun being a part of the inner circle. I don't stream on YouTube because for a lot of reasons, and one is because the algorithm doesn't work as good for live streaming. I also have an autobiography channel and a thoughts channel if you really want to get to know me. For example, on my thoughts channel, I talk about, a lot of spiritual awakening, personal development, self-help. Like I told myself I was rich until it was true. If you're in crypto, you really want to watch that video. And for my autobiography channel, I put out things like I was a police officer, and I tell my stories as from being a police officer. I got my whole life story on here, how I got sober, how I met my wife, how I lost 80 pounds, etc. So if you want more Jerry Banfield, check my website out on jerrybanfield.com. Chat with me on OpenChat. I can get to know you better in a one-on-one video call. And I've also got a Discord and gaming channel, etc. Thanks for watching. I know we got a bit long-winded in this, but if I'm going to tell you why Internet Computer Protocol is going to flip Bitcoin and Ethereum, I really need to come out with some serious information to back that up. So I think I've done that. And if you think I've done that, drop a like and come back for more.